this Florida Derby day, remember to sign up with DRF Bets.
Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. Some of the fastest sprinters in the world converge on Meydan for the Grade 1 Dubai Golden Shaheen. Let's take a look at this field. About 3/4 of a mile on Dubai World Cup Saturday. $1.5 million is the purse. We've got a big field in here, and it's going to be a very interesting starting off point for the 4-year-old campaign of Illman, who took a lot of money in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year and kind of underperformed a bit.
Yeah, he certainly did. It was shocking to see him go favorite in that race, Dan. But he did go favorite. He did not run well. Listen, he clearly has some talent. He still has a lot to prove as well.
This is, again, a wide open race. You see Illman listed as the number 13. Now, program numbers and post positions do not correspond. So we will go in post position order, beginning with the number 4, Good Effort. Good Effort has been in good form without winning this winter in Dubai. Just missed in his most recent start, but he set a pretty fast pace in that race. There are other fast horses in here, however, Mike.
Yeah, there are. He doesn't need to be right up on the lead to be effective, Dan. I don't think they'll be as aggressive with him in this race. Or maybe they will, but I don't think they will. If nothing else, and we'll watch that race he ran last time in a little while. I thought he ran great last time. I love the ride the Tory gave him. They got very aggressive. They took over early, and he went fast, and he just failed to hold on. I thought he ran a really good race last time.
The number 13, Illman, breaks from post position 2, and he was the favorite in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. I thought he was a little bit dressed up coming into the race, Mike, off easy trips against kind of weak fields in the Amsterdam and Chick Lang. He's going to take money based on the fact that a lot of people in North America know his name, and Joel Rosario has the mount. He's under the gun from the inside post. Maybe he's the speed of the speed.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how the trip works out for him. In his defense, and I'm with you, I was never a fan of his last year. I'm pretty sure I bet against him in every one of his starts after his maiden win. But in his defense, he did run 2 fast races at Saratoga last summer. So he does have ability. We'll just see what he does here. If he takes a step forward as a 4-year-old, he could easily win this race.
And the Breeders' Cup Sprint has, of course, already produced 3 next out winners, several bullet workouts at Fairgrounds for Steve Asmussen. The number 7, Justin, breaks from post position 3. He is based in Japan, and he has some ability. And I didn't think he had a very good trip last time out in Saudi Arabia. I think he can do better here.
Yeah, I think he can do better too. It's hard for me to judge, Dan. I don't know how those Japanese races really stack up with the faster sprinters over here. But certainly he could have another chance off of his last race.
Matera Sky, the number 8, is up next. Another horse based in Japan, and this horse is very, very fast. And if you played him in the Saudi Cup Sprint the last 2 years, you gotta be a little disappointed he failed to hang on, because it looked like at the furlong pole he had both races in a bag.
It really did. Last time, especially, it looked like he was going to win. It took Capano kicking a long time to get by him, Dan, but he finally did.
Premier Star is up next. That's the number 9. And this horse did some good things in North America for trainer Mike Trombetta. They've only run him once this year. It was in the Mahab Al-Shamal. And again, he was up close to a pretty solid pace in a race that was won by a deep closer. I think he can do better second off the layoff at a giant price.
Yeah, that's how I look at it too. I really liked this horse actually as a 3-year-old over here. And I thought he was really underrated last year, Dan. That was a tough spot off the layoff last time, chasing a wicked pace, really up close to it. He got bumped on the backstretch too. He was never in a comfortable position in that race, always between and behind horses, chasing a fast pace. I think he's going to take a step forward here, second off the layoff.
Wildman Jack's at least shown he handles some travel. He won the turf sprint at the Nadal Sheba turf sprint at Meydan in 2020, and he's a versatile horse. He handles turf, he handles dirt. His last race we're going to see right now, the Palos Verdes, was sort of a weak field in Southern California, but it was a breakthrough performance for Wildman Jack, who pushed this long shot Captain Scotty through reasonable fractions and then just dusts him in the stretch. 104 Beyer speed figure for a horse that's versatile. I think he just seems like a nice fit in here for Doug O'Neill.
Yeah, I agree. He ran really well in this race. You're right. It's not the strongest graded stakes sprint in Southern California, but he won easily after chasing the pace even his only other dirt start there in that grade 1 last year, it wasn't a great field, but that was a wicked pace that he was contesting, and closers ran 1-2.
What a fascinating spot for Yaupan's uncoupled stablemate, the 6, Jalen Journey. Let's watch his last race on January the 23rd. This horse got up close to the pace. It's a $50,000 claimer. He's in for the waiver, and he's just going to pull clear with an 89 buyer. He's really had some confidence boosters in his last 2 races against much weaker competition.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's interesting that he's even running in this race, Dan. To me, that was kind of the only interesting thing about him, though. I just didn't see him being good enough.
Let's take a look at the number 1, Al Tariq, who's up next from a post position standpoint, winning a Group 3 race at Meydan, the local prep for the Dubai Golden Shaheen. Al Tariq has now won 2 in a row. You could argue he's the best sprinter in Dubai right now. I didn't think much of this field, Mike, but he does run on in the end.
Yeah, he does. I thought he ran fine in here. I thought overall he got a really good trip in this race, Dan. It takes him a while to close this thing down, but he'll eventually do it.
Switzerland is up next, the number 11. You remember Switzerland. He won the Grade 3 Maryland Sprint in 2018, the De Francis Memorial Dash that same year. Well, he was exported to Dubai, and he won a Group 3 race 2 starts back to kick off his 7-year-old campaign. I don't think he ran badly last time out, Mike, in the dirt sprint at Saudi. I think he's in good form right now. He obviously likes the track. We'll see. On his best day, he's good enough to at least contend.
Yeah, he's run some fast races. He ran fine last time. He got an absolute perfect trip in that race and wasn't good enough. So to me, and that's the first time I've seen him in a while. I didn't like him when he was over here, and off of that last race, I still don't like him.
The 5 important missions, 50 to 1 on the morning line. He's listed as a non-runner on the Racing Post site. So we'll move on to the 3, Copano Kicking, who kicked down Matera Sky. This is another Japanese-based fast horse. Obviously, a fast pace works to his advantage, and he should get it here. That last race, though, it kind of came out of nowhere. He'd been tangling with Justin in some of the major races in Japan. He came up short a lot of times.
Yeah, that's true. He did run pretty well last time, but that trip actually worked out pretty well for him too, Dan. And again, it took him a long time to finally get by Matera Sky. He finally did it, and he pulled off a little bit of an upset there, it seemed like. But I feel like he's going to have to run better against this field.
Canvassed is the number 2. Let's watch his win in the Mahab al-Shamal, the race that Mike alluded to when talking about good effort. And good effort went very fast in this race. And we see Canvassed, who traveled sweetly in mid-pack, finally get to the outside. But boy, it looks like it's impossible for him to win this race from here. Finally, the pace took its toll on the pace setter.
Yeah, good effort. It's going to get very tired here at the end of the race. To Canvas' credit, he keeps coming after him, Dan. It's a pretty long run he makes. I mean, it's from about the 3/16 pole. They angled him out to the clear, and he kept coming, and he closed it down. He ran well.
The Japanese horses, again, have done very well on World Cup night, whether it's dirt or turf. And I think a sleeper here is the 10, Red Lizelle. This is a horse. They just tried to run him a little too far in the February stakes. Cafe Faro is a very promising horse on the main track at a mile or over. Turning back to 6 in a race full of pace, I think, is what this horse wants. And if you need a big name jockey in a race like this, why not Ryan Moore, who can navigate his way through traffic?
That's true. I like this horse cutting back. He's made it very close with Justin a couple of times over there in Japan.
Zendin completes the field. Let's watch Zendin's last race. It was the Pelican at Tampa Bay Downs. He's going to try to utilize the old Tampa Bay to Meydan angle. He went on the lead in this race, stayed well off of the rail, and he is very, very game to score with a 94 buyer speed figure. He has run some fast races in the past. He's a little bit underrated. This is a tough outside post position for a horse that likes to hear his feet rattle, though. You just got to think they're going to send and hope for the best.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty good horse. I think he is underrated. This is a very, very tough spot for him. I guess if you like him, he's going to be a huge price.
If you like speed, you're going to like the Grade 1 Dubai Golden Shaheen with horses like Matera Sky and Yaupan. There's got to be a good pace going on in here with some good closers, some good local horses. Tough race. Let's take a look at our top picks. I'm going to go with Wildman Jack. He ships okay. He's got enough tactical speed to stay within range. And whether it's dirt or turf, he just seems to show up every time. I like where you're going with Premier Star, who has shown the ability to stay close to these fast North American paces. And I think the last race was a good building block.
Yeah, I'm going to take him off that last race. Again, I liked him last year, Dan. This is a really tough, wide open race. I just feel like he's going to be a price, and I think he ran a lot better than it looks last time.
9-4-12-3 for Mike, 12-14-3-2 for me, and the Grade 1 Dubai Golden Shaheen on World Cup Saturday. Good luck.